Namaskar. We human beings, with the process of evolution, we have started from Stone Age to Bronze Age, Iron Age, and now we have come to Knowledge Age. In this age, because of the internet, we can say the data, information is available in plenty. Now it is our responsibility how we can gain knowledge and to be intelligent, and in return we can gain our wisdom. In ancient days, everyone was so much curious about what is happening within this human body, why we human beings are available in this planet Earth, and what is there in this universe. So, if we see all the ancient texts like four vedas, vedangas, then puranas, in every ancient text we will see they have given so much of information about what is happening inside this body, in this universe. Every knowledge they have encrypted it. In one of my video, we have already discussed that how our eyes are the source of illusion for this human life. In this video, we have discussed that if we want to understand the ancient text like Bhagavad Gita, then we should try to understand it from the perspective of the other four sense organs, and we should keep aside our eye as a source of illusion. Here, we should understand one thing. Our forefathers, our ancestors, they had the knowledge about nadis, they had the knowledge about mind, they have discovered yogas. But this all things like man, or we can say nadis, this we cannot see physically through our eyes. Yes, so how they were so much intelligent that whatever is not physically visible to our eyes but is the reality what this human body is going through. Yes, my friends, this human body is always managed by a very big thing, that is our mind, or we can say our man. That's why whenever our ancestors they have made the 8 limbs of yoga, they have said that first we have to control our mind, so which is just like wind wandering from here to there. So we will understand this mind today with little bit of more clarity, so that how this human body is being controlled by the brain. So let's go one by one. That's why in our olden days they will always say, there is a proverb in Hindi, or we can say usually our grandparents will always say, man laga ke padho. Nobody will say दिमाग लगा के पढ़ो, और शरीर लगा के पढ़ो, हाथ पैर लगा के पढ़ो. Nobody will say like that. Everybody will say मन लगा के पढ़ो. So we will understand why our ancestors, our forefathers have discovered yoga, why they told that mind we have to control our sense organs. We have to control our mind in order to achieve this human brain to function effectively. Yes, so in one of my videos, I have already discussed that whatever we are seeing physically through our eyes, because our eyes are having convex lens, so the image, whatever we are seeing in front of us, just 180-degree rotation of that image is forming at the back side of the retina. Now, when that image information is going to brain, there comes the play of the word mind or man. That's why sometimes what happens, already we have discussed in one of my video that how mind is playing the role there, that if our mind is somewhere else, then that data is not reaching to our brain. Yes, so we will now see that how this mind actually works. Actually, if we see one tool known as crochet stick, that stick, if that stick is not having any big mechanism, it is just one perpendicular stick with having a little tilt at the front. So I thought that let me use this stick as a metaphor to understand mind. If we know the power of this stick, and if we give thread to this stick, then it can design or it can develop a design of some 6 foot to 7 foot of crochet designs, or it can even create a blanket of so big size. So our mind is just like a crochet stick. Yes, so we will take this as one example. So when I am thinking of something, let me take one example. Suppose one word which I am hearing through my ear, hello, how are you? So this 4-letter word, when it is going and hitting my ear at the base of the ear, from that base of my third ear, my inner ear, it is going to my auditory nerve, and there is just one electrical impulse. So when that electrical impulse is happening, if your mind is active, if you are conscious about your mind, then only that data will go to your brain. And in brain we have neurons. The beauty of the neurons are, the neurons are not connected to each other through a synapse, or we can say through some kind of electrical impulse. The neurons communicate to each other, and this mind helps to make memory within our brain, just like a crochet stick. So as soon as we are conscious, we are mindful, just like a crochet stick. If you give a crochet stick just one thread, it can make yards and yards of designs and designs of things, or we can say a blanket, or design so many designs, just like our mind. So we can say, is that why different believers of different religion will always hold some kind of beads like this? Yes, so whether it is we call it as Hinduism, or we can say whether it is a believer of Islam, or it is Christianism, Buddhism, everywhere you can see the person, those who are following certain religion, they will always try to chant the name of the Almighty or the spiritual messenger in the form of beads. So let's understand, we human beings, so many spiritual messengers have come to this earth. Unfortunately, we are in hold of the spiritual messenger, but what that spiritual messenger have asked us to do, if we can follow that, then definitely this world will come within so much of love and peace. So let's understand, so many people, they must be having this beads, might be this beads will be of some stone or something else. This count may be different. Somebody will have 99, somebody will have 7, somebody will have 108. Doesn't matter. But this bead, this counting, this chanting is very, very important in order to have a sharp memory. Now let us understand, what is the mechanism, what is the thing our spiritual messengers wants us to understand, that what this human brain will work properly. See, whenever we go somewhere, everywhere in the ambience, our sense organs are going on recording the data. But if our mind is not conscious, if our mind is not active, like a crotchet stick, it will not get hooked to the brain and it will not start yearning. And that each, whatever that tool is doing, each yearning, that stick, that design is a memory in the brain. And whenever we know that, whenever we are chanting any name, we are and if we do it consciously, not just because somebody has asked me to do it for 10 times, 15 times, 18 times, 20 times, 3 times, I will just finish it as if it is responsibility. Believe me, it will not work. What we have to do is, maybe even for one time, we are chanting the name of the Almighty. It may be Krishna, Ram, in the name of Prophet Muhammad, or in the name of Jesus, Buddhism, Jainism. Doesn't matter. What is important is our consciousness, the mindfulness. While I'm chanting this, my mind is like the crotchet stick. It should hook to my neurons. And as the crotchet stick is doing the knitting and doing so beautiful designs, similarly, my mind is conscious. Now it will get hooked to my neurons and it will create good memory for me. So this is a representation of a good memory. And this brain is nothing if I do not have a good memory. So if I'm having a good knowledge, and if I'm not able to bring that knowledge at the time of any need, then I cannot be called as I'm a good memory, I'm having a good memory. And if I'm solving a problem with that knowledge, then I can say that I'm an intelligent person, I'm a creative person, and with all this good intelligence, creativity, knowledge, I can say I have attained wisdom. So everything is with the brain. So whatever is stored in the brain is need to be brought to our day-to-day life, so that this bringing from the brain is very important, as I'm going to keep the data in the brain. So while I'm keeping the data in the brain, at that time my mind is just like a crotchet stick. It should be conscious. So as soon as it is conscious, it will hook to the brain, and then it will create beautiful memories in our brain. And as soon as I'm unconscious, if I'm unconscious, even I cannot remember that what I'm trying to tell, I cannot remember. My words are getting shuffled here and there. That's why there is a thing. Sometimes what happens is, sometimes when we want to sing a song, sometimes we remember the rhythm, and sometimes we remember the word and we forget the rhythm. So what I mean to say by this is, so if I'm remembering the words, then those are my neurons, my beads in the brain. And if I'm remembering the rhythm in the song, then this is the thread which is in between these two beads. Is that why in our Gurukulas they have always introduced Rig Veda recitation as the first instruction for any Shishya or Shishya in the Gurukul? Yes. So recitation of no more rhymes but hymns should be now the call of the time in this knowledge age for our children of our country, so that they will not only have a very sharp memory, but they will try to attain the knowledge and wisdom with so much of confidence and happiness. That's why there is a tradition in every spiritualism that every spiritual messengers, they will be holding this as a remembrance that this human brain cannot work without good memory. So if we want good memory, then it is through our mind. So our mind is the most powerful thing in our brain, which we have to take it under control. And eyes are the greatest source of illusion. That's why already I have made a video that why eyes are the greatest source of illusion, and we have discussed in one of my video that what are the ancient techniques to improve the memory within us. So this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful metaphor where we are going on using this beads, this beautiful thing in our day-to-day life as a spiritual process. But now if we do it with so much of respect, love and consciousness, maybe we are believer of any religion, doesn't matter, but everybody has a mind or a man. There is always our ancestors or our elders, even our elders at home will tell us that nothing is in our hand. Everything is in His hand. It is only because those electrical signals which are converting the data from which is being collected by our sense organs and getting to the brain, those electrical sparks cannot be generated by the willingness of the human body. It can only be generated when our mind is conscious, active and alert. That's why it is always required that our children should be very much conscious about what they are doing. I have made series of videos how to bring back consciousness amongst ourselves in our day-to-day life, in our all ages of human beings. This mind is always, like we can say, just like a wind. It is having a wavy structure. That's why in one of my video we have discussed, all videos are very much interlinked to each other. So I'm just giving small hints and I'm giving the link of the videos also here. So I will request my friends to go and watch that videos, so that whatever we are discussing in the upcoming videos, so that it will be aligned with good understanding what we are trying to understand from each other's perspective. So that's why when a child is in his or her childhood, till his permanent teeth are not coming up, we should never discourage a child from playing, because that is the only way where the mind of the child gets proper ample opportunity to dance, swing, play like a wind, so that the mind is completely, just we can say, it is wavering from here to there. It is getting the full opportunity to swing, and it is getting the mind is wavering from here to there. But as soon as the permanent teeth has come, the child was going to Gurukul system, where the Guru was having the responsibility of trying to bring a control to all the sense organs, in the same time to bring the control through the 8 limbs of yoga to the mind also. So see, the childhood, we gave the proper opportunity where the mind will be completely playing and wavering. Then it came to Gurukula system, where the mind was completely under control through yoga processes and different paraphernalias what Guru was doing in the Gurukula system. Then comes the Grihasthi ashram. In that again the mind was wandering from here to there in order to fulfill all the desires which the mind was trying to grab it in the Grihastha ashram. But as soon as once they understand all the body symptoms, signs, that now they should move to Vanaprastha ashram. In the Vanaprastha ashram, the mind again comes under the control. That's why if we look to our mouth, through our mouth we have both the things. We have voice and we have food for this body. That's why in our olden days we have both the traditions, like Monavrat and Annavrat. Like there is some kind of, we should keep ourselves under the restrictions, under the control of speech and also from the food. So that's why, see, the wave is so nicely. So whenever we are doing something which is making our life wave, then only by the time the sannyas ashram comes for us, the mind comes under control. And that is the beauty, that is the stage when our soul gets the complete opportunity to connect to the Supreme Soul. So this is the purpose of life. This is the aim of life. That is the focus of life. And in my last video we have discussed there are so many games our ancient India have discovered so that our children will attain the Supreme Soul by the time they reach to the stage of Sannyasa ashram, which is the last stage of life. So we know that our ancestors, they have always beyond these eyes. They have never believed in this physical eyes. They have always believed that let us explore this human body, this universe, everything with mind. That's why they have discovered man through their the capability they can see through the power of mind. They have discovered that this memory cannot be done through any other thing other than the control, the consciousness, the alertness of the mind. They have discovered that inside this body there are 72,000 nadis. Through this nadi, if this nadis, this energy flow channels, if they are balanced, then this human body will be disease free and this body will come to a state of equilibrium. There are Ida, Pingala, Shushumna. They have discovered that this human body is having 5 layers of koshas like Annamaya kosha, Manamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, then Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. They have discovered everything, whatever is impossible through this physical eyes. So if we will make our children to be dependent on this physical eyes, then they will be very unfortunate to explore whatever our ancient traditions, ancient texts have already mentioned it. They will never get a chance to explore those things. And childhood is the only stage where we can groom them, where we can bring so much of innovativeness within themselves. There are so many human beings nowadays available in our country those who are doing already mind reading, and they are in a very successful profession. So just you believe, if we believe that yes, we should start and we should encourage, we should initiate to start the gurukulas in every corner of the country as it was, then this is the right time to begin. That gurukulas should come up very soon. Our children should be given an opportunity to explore the universe and this human body with the help of the eyes of the mind. Jai Bharat.